and then didn't even send IDF soldiers. He had 4,000 of our soldiers die in Iraq based on a false premise of weapons of mass destruction.
It's a peaceful regime, and you have to believe whatever they say.
You know, Adam, I know it's difficult to debate me, but don't put words in my mouth. And the only argument is you hate Israel. You hate Israel. That's not an argument about Israel. I don't care about the United States of America.
Really?
That's my country.
Why is Israel buying bombs from America?
No. They're not buying bombs with their money. We're paying for their bombs. No.
When Anna Kasparian stepped onto the Her Take set with Adam Sosnick, she didn't just bring an opinion, she brought a mirror to the entire U.S. foreign policy establishment. What you're about to see is a masterclass in how the war drums are beaten in modern media. In this clip, the panel and especially Adam Sosnick try every trick in the book to corner Anna. They try the emotional baiting, they try the pro-terrorist smears, and they try the false flag rhetoric to justify a conflict with Iran. But watch how Anna stays laser-focused. She isn't defending a foreign regime. She's defending the American taxpayer and the American soldier. Let's get into it.
Iran, while it hasn't officially pulled out of the non-proliferation agreement, they have violated both the spirit and the technical limits of the JCPOA.
But they're not in the JCPOA anymore. That doesn't exist.
But this is right.
You said that
out of that deal because they violated it.
You said that,
But Anna, listen. You
guys have no idea what you're talking about.
You just said
JCPOA
Anna, you don't need to be emotional. Just talk. Don't cry.
It is frustrating when people. Okay. The JCPOA is the Iran nuclear deal.
Right,
you said they pulled out of that in 2018.
Here's why.
You said they still complied after they pulled out. They were still part of the non-proliferation treaty, which is separate.
Hold on, let a guy speak for a second. All you guys are doing is debating minor little details.
It's not minor though, Adam.
Are you pro-Iran or anti-Iran? It sounds like you're very much pro-Iran, and I don't understand that.
I'm not pro-Iran or
mental
anti-Iran.
gymnastics
I'm
you
not
must
pro-Israel or
do to be
anti-Israel.
anti-Israel, pro-Iran, pro-America. It's very hard to be what you are because you're very confused.
I know you guys use the same.
On one hand, you're pro-America, but then you're pro-Iran.
I know.
Hold on.
You don't believe in Israel, but you believe Iran.
Hang on a second.
Sense to me.
It seems to me that you're concerned we are killing innocent people and we're getting America in another forever war.
Not only that.
Okay, but it's my understanding, and again, that Iran is not trustworthy. And I've heard this from numerous people. Our generous benefactor, Patrick Beck David included, that you cannot trust the government. So when I'm looking at examples of the ways they violated agreements, okay, they promised they would not enrich uranium beyond 3.67%, but they began enriching up to 20%.
When they were in the JCPOA.
But why did Trump pull out
He pulled out because Bibi doesn't want the JCPOA. Bibi wanted to go to war with Iran. He's wanted regime change in Iran for decades.
So you're saying that Bibi Netanyahu controls Trump?
Trump's the most honest person in the world.
You're saying that Bibi Netanyahu controls Trump. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I think the Israeli government controls our government, yes.
Well, that's your opinion.
No, it's not an opinion.
And you're wrong, but that's entitled to your opinion.
It's based on impact.
So you're saying that Trump...
It's based on money and politics. It's based on the fact that Netanyahu go to the U.S. to invade Iraq and then didn't even send IDF soldiers. He had 4,000 of our soldiers die in Iraq based on a false premise of weapons of mass destruction.
You care about American soldiers.
I do care about American soldiers, and I care about American taxpayers who spend trillions of dollars on this trash when we are dealing with $37 trillion in debt.
So now you're a fiscal conservative.
Yeah, I am a fiscal conservative when it comes to spending our resources on wars that we shouldn't be fighting on behalf of a foreign country.
Let me understand this. You're saying that Trump is so weak and such a that he just listens to whatever Bibi does? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think he's weak or I think he's transactional. I think he's transactional. And I think that he buys this ridiculous narrative that Iran was behind the 2 assassination attempts when there isn't even a shred of evidence other than Netanyahu declaring it.
So, wait, hold on, guys. Can we please talk about that as well? I feel like that's really, really important because they keep talking about how another attempt is going to come from Iran against Trump. And for me, one thing that I'm personally concerned about is a false flag. Yes, and that could literally be laying the foundation for that to be
Iran is a peaceful regime, and you have to believe whatever they say.
You know, Adam, I know it's difficult to debate me, but don't put words in my mouth. And don't make arguments.
Anna Kasparian provides a masterclass in staying focused on American interests, while Adam repeatedly attempts to derail the debate with emotional baiting and false binaries. From the moment Adam tells her don't cry, to dismiss her technical breakdown of the JCPOA, it becomes clear that the panel lacks a factual counterargument, resorting instead to the the pro-Iran smear to mask a pro-war agenda. Anna remains surgical, correctly identifying Trump as transactional rather than weak and pointing to the historical catastrophe of the Iraq War, which, she notes, was goaded by Netanyahu at the cost of 4,000 American lives and trillions in debt, to warn against falling for the same evidence-free narrative regarding Iranian assassination attempts today. By the end of the clip, Anna has successfully exposed the new neocons who hide behind a populist mask while demanding that American soldiers and taxpayers once again prioritize a foreign government's regime change goals over our own national stability.
What you're saying, you're defending Iran.
No, I
would much rather defend Israel than defend Iran. Now, you asked me a question,
ahead,
I'll talk. There's three camps here, and I wonder which one you're in. There's the pro-America, pro-democracy, pro-Israel, pro-NATO, hey, I'm with you. And there's MAGA in there, there's level-headed Democrats, moderates, they're all there. The second camp, which I have friends with as well, they are isolationist, America first, don't get involved in any foreign entanglements, foreign wars. I understand that narrative if you want to live as an ostrich in America. Then the third camp, which I'm wondering is chanting death to America, death to England, death to Israel. So I know which camp I'm in. I'm in the first camp. Which camp are you in? The isolationist camp or the hate America, hate Israel camp? Which camp are you in?
I'm in the camp of don't allow the Israeli government to lie to the American people and goad us into another war on their behalf. I'm in that camp.
So you're basically saying, Trump, listen to yourself, not anybody else.
What I don't. How about learn from recent history in which
you know whose instincts I trust more than you know whose instincts I trust? I trust Trump's instincts at this point.
Conversation that happened in the lead up to the 2003 invasion of Iraq. But this is the exact same type of conversation that took place.
Okay, and anyone was letting inspectors in. Iran was not. Saddam was not offered a deal. Iran was. Saddam's group was not ideologically captured, and their mission was not death to America. And we all know that it wasn't just Netanyahu. It was all the neocons, like Cheney and his whole company.
Yeah, those people are involved.
Let's not just lay this at the feet of Israel. It's all
It is at the feet of Israel, though, Jillian. Well, it is at the feet of Israel.
Your blind hatred to Israel doesn't let you at least acknowledge the truth that she just told you, and you just shut down Jillian when she tried to feed you the truth.
Adam, you have no argument. You have no argument, Adam.
Just because you say I have
your only argument is you hate Israel. You hate Israel. That's not an argument. I don't give a damn about Israel. I give a damn about my own country. I don't give a damn about Iran. I don't care about Israel. I don't care about the United States of fucking America.
Really?
That's my country. And I'm sick of fighting wars on behalf of Israel.
Can other people talk other than Adam?
So when 9/11 happened, you're saying that they fought that on behalf of Israel?
Yes, I am saying that.
Okay, so you're blindly retarded.
No, I'm not blindly retarded.
Congratulations.
I mean, there was a
mental gymnastics you must do to be able to validate Iran's existence is really impressive.
The Israeli government has a massive amount of influence on our government. I didn't say BB controls Trump.
You did say that.
Okay,
though.
Maybe it's the other way around, that America has a massive control of influence on Israel.
I think
to say that a little tiny country is dominating America would be lying to yourself or just completely uninformed.
You're
saying that Israel controls America. How about America controls Israel?
That's
Maybe
hilarious.
It's the other way around.
Why are we paying for Israel's bombs?
Just like
the country that had an economic surplus in 2001 was Israel. I'm sorry, 2021.
What do you mean? Why is Israel buying bombs from America?
No. They're not buying bombs with their money. We're paying for their bombs. Okay? And they had an economic surplus in 2021. In the middle of a pandemic, they had an economic surplus. We haven't had an economic surplus since 2001. Why are we paying for their bombs?
And maybe because it's useful for us to have an ally in the Middle East.
They're not an ally. They're barely.
Hold on a second.
According to the U.S. government, they're definitely an ally.
They use us as a tool to fight their wars. That's what they are.
Your blind hatred of Israel doesn't allow you to be reasonable.
I would almost argue the opposite.
While Jillian tries to shield Netanyahu from responsibility by blaming American figures like Cheney and Powell, Anna brings the receipts. She highlights that the intelligence used to justify the invasion, the false claim of weapons of mass destruction, was a lie fueled by the Israeli government's own interests. Netanyahu was the one who went up to Congress and claimed that Iraq has weapons of mass destruction. Anna correctly points out that while 4,000 Americans died, Israel didn't send a single soldier, yet they were the primary beneficiaries of the regional destabilization. Anna calls out the unbearable gaslighting regarding Iran's willingness to negotiate. She reminds the audience that this rhetoric is identical to the lead-up to 2003. While the panel tries to frame Iran as an existential threat to the U.S., Anna distinguishes between a threat to Israel and a threat to America. She refuses to allow the two to be conflated, insisting that if Israel wants to handle its regional rivals, it should do so with its own money and its own boots, without needing the help of America. In the end, Adam tries to make a weird argument by implying that what if Israel is controlled by the U.S.? Like this claim would have had some legitimacy if Israel was paying the U.S., but it's the exact opposite. It's America that is sending them billions of dollars every year. If Israel was controlled by the U.S., I assure you they wouldn't be sending them any support in anyway.